Hey, welcome back to Soul Whispers Tarot. I'm here again with another pick a card reading, and this reading is what is blocking this person from coming forward to you? What is blocking them from opening up? And will they reach out soon? Will they communicate to you their feelings and what's going on with them? So we have 3 sets of cards, and set of cards number 1 is the amber, set of cards number 2 is the blue cluster crystal, and set of cards number 3 is the red glass crystal. So don't forget that there's 50% off of all of my products and services, and I have a lot of meditations for twin flames and how to attract your soulmate and true love. I also have online courses and audiobooks and ebooks and all things like that. So go check those out. All the details are below this video in the description box. So I'll give you a moment or two to tune into the energies of the cards. It's fine to be drawn to more than one set of cards as well. So you can pause the video right now, but I'll also leave some time, some quiet time as well for you to tune in. Okay, so let's get into the reading. So welcome to set of cards number 1. You chose the amber. So what is blocking this person from coming forward at this time? And are they going to reach out? Are they going to communicate their truth to you? So we're going to look at the tarot. We have some oracle cards. We have some of my I love you to the moon and back cards with messages on. And then we're going to look into these messages in here as well. Okay, so what is blocking this person from coming forward at this time? There's the 3 of Cups in reverse. The World in reverse. The Hanged Man. The 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 9 of Wands. And then from these cards we have, I'm so worried that I've lost you. I don't know why, but I feel so nervous when you just look at me. I want to hide myself away. I can't get you out of my head. You are living in a bubble of protection. I'm sorry I hurt you when I burst that bubble, but it had to be done. I'm just not at the maturity level to give you what you need. It doesn't mean that I don't love you. We have abandonment. The golden children. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. So this is the Gilded Tarot. This is the Divine Masculine and Feminine Reunited cards. And these are the Starseed Oracle cards. Breath of the Cosmos. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. Lifting the veil. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Okay, so what is blocking this person from coming forward to you at this time? So there's the 3 of Cups in reverse. I feel, a lot of people will say this is the third party card, and that can be true in terms of another relationship that this person's involved with. But what I'm feeling for set of cards number 1, overall, this 3 of Cups in reverse energy is the lack of maturity, which is also mentioned here. This is someone who would rather have like good times or distract themselves by having good times. This person may not be willing to let down their guard, or they may not be willing to release certain people or things from their life, or certain habits or mind patterns. I feel like this person can be a bit shallow sometimes, in terms of they may have shallow friendships, shallow relationships, and I feel as though your connection is so much more deeper than what they've experienced before or what they were expecting, and I feel like it really intimidates them. I feel this person needs to mature a lot more. They need to heal themselves a lot more. I feel like there's inner child wounds, because we have the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. I feel like this person, and there's this abandoned child in the abandonment card as well. I feel this person has experienced like really intense childhood wounds where they felt abandoned or they felt betrayed, and it's almost like they've kind of got stuck at that place in their life, that kind of, not mental age, but they're kind of stuck in that childlike kind of qualities, but it can come across as immaturity. Like they just don't see things on the same level that you see things. They don't see beyond the veil of illusion, is what I'm feeling. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. So this is the final card. So this is really saying that your connection is calling them forward. It's calling them to go inwards and take a step back and really look at their life, look at themselves much more honestly and clearly. I feel like this person, they do feel safer keeping themselves busy or surrounding them with shallow people, like I said, so they can kind of remain hidden, so they can kind of deny looking inwards, because when they look inwards, they're really going to come face to face with their inner child and all the pain that their inner child has felt and experienced in their family life, is what I'm feeling. And they don't want to go there, you know, they don't want to look inwards. They don't want to admit to themselves how much they have been betrayed by family, is what I'm feeling. And maybe, you know, other people since their childhood as well. So they're burying their head in the sand. The world in reverse. So this person has unfinished like business in their own individual life, is what I'm feeling. They're afraid of going inwards because it would literally turn their world upside down as well. And so, yeah, they have unfinished business, and I just feel like they're distracting themselves. The Hanged Man, you know, they're keeping themselves preoccupied. There is an element, again, of this person having an awakening, like the lifting the veil card, because the Hanged Man, he does hang himself upside down by the ankle in order to see things from a different perspective. And it is happening for this person. This person will have an epiphany, but I feel like they're keeping you on hold. I feel as though they're keeping their own growth on hold because of their fear of looking inwards, the fear of them being responsible. I feel like this person doesn't want to let go of being a bit irresponsible and childlike in that kind of way, having fun. Your connection is really, really calling them to step up and not only love themselves, but take accountability for their actions and how they affect other people emotionally. I feel like this person's in denial about how their actions or their words can affect other people. They're kind of like in their own little bubble, and your connection's threatening to like burst that bubble. Six of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel this is an energy of them focusing on themselves. They're kind of turning their back on you. And there's the Nine of Wands as well, which is having their guard up, their walls up. They're really afraid deep down of being open and vulnerable. They feel like love is threatening, because I do feel like they felt abandoned or betrayed by their family. You know, the family are the people who are supposed to love us the most and really be there for us. And so they have this deep down fear that love is always going to betray them. And, you know, that's translating into romantic relationships as well. And so I feel as though they're giving to other people or other areas of their life that seems more shallow. They may have this tendency to worry about or be just more preoccupied with looking good on the surface and impressing their friends, or appearing to be an impressive person in some kind of way. It's like their ego's kind of wrapped up in that illusion that they're creating, but they've fallen into that illusion. Like, in a way, they kind of believe this mask that they're wearing, or this part that they're playing, because again, it's kind of a way for them to avoid looking inwards, and they can focus on outside success and popularity and things like that, is what I'm feeling. But yeah, deep down, they're very fearful of emotional intimacy, fear of getting close, because, you know, that would make them open and vulnerable to that possible abandonment or betrayal again. But deep down, they are worried that they've lost you. They know that their defenses have pushed you away. They may have taken the connection for granted, or if they were so caught up in wearing this persona that wasn't the true them, if they were so caught up trying to impress people and trying to convince themselves that they're this successful person that they're making out they are on the surface, then they were literally just looking in the wrong direction. They couldn't look inwards because they were so focused on on the outside, on outside approval, outside attention, outside, you know, validation. So they're looking outside, whereas with your connection, they need to look inwards. But I feel like something drastic has happened or needs to happen in terms of them feeling like they've lost you, in order for them to really wake up and look inwards. I don't know why, but I feel so nervous when you just look at me. I want to hide myself away. So they feel really nervous because you see into the true them. You see beyond this perception that they're trying to weave for other people to see them as. You kind of break through their own illusions that they may even have about themselves. They're trying to build themselves up on the outside because they don't feel good enough on the inside. And you see the inside, and that makes them feel very uncomfortable, because they don't like feeling that vulnerability. They feel like their true self was abandoned because they're not good enough. And so that's why they're trying to change themselves on the outside. But you're seeing the real them. Your connection is like an opportunity for them to truly look at their true self deep down, and love and accept and approve of themselves. But that's a struggle for them, because they do feel like in their true state, that is when and why they were abandoned as a child. So it's like self-preservation. I feel like this has been going on within this person for a very long time, way before they even met you. So it's not personal, even though it may really feel like it. I'm feeling a lot of resistance, a lot of walls up from this person, but that is literally how they survived this intense pain in their childhood, and you know, it just became second nature to them. Oh, I can't get you out of my head. So yeah, this person's thinking about you a lot. I feel like It's kind of infuriating them at times because they want to turn a blind eye. They want to kind of turn their back and run away and have fun times to forget about this deepness within themselves, this depth that they've been ignoring for so long. They're ignoring you because they've been ignoring their true self, basically. You are living in a bubble of protection. I'm sorry I hurt you when I burst that bubble, but it had to be done. So there's mirroring going on here because this connection is bursting their bubble of all this illusion that I've been talking about, that they've been creating for themselves to try and escape in, to hide out in, to feel safe within. But it's really been holding them back. But this is mirroring within your connection because there was some kind of bubble or comfort zone that you as the viewer, I'm feeling, have been in, and you've basically experienced major disappointment with this person. Some of you have felt like stabbed in the back. Maybe you've gone through this abandonment from this person and it may have shattered your dreams. It burst your bubble. It hurt you. But that had to be done in order for you to face that fear of abandonment and rejection. Because this person's been trying to avoid abandonment and rejection, and when you felt abandoned by them, I feel like you walked away, many of you, and then they felt abandoned, and it's forced them to face that wound that they were trying so desperately to, run away from for so long. And I feel like that's been mirrored. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. So this is what I'm feeling you are attracted to by this person, within this person, because you see that they are tender and innocent. You see that they're empathic and that they're a beautiful soul. And you've just really been wanting them to walk through that gateway, the new beginning, surrendering to this connection. But they've really been struggling to do that. They've been trying to stay in control. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. This person is like subconsciously, they're just trying to hold on to all these 9 wands and surround themselves with a safety net, their walls. Because then they feel like they're in some kind of control. When they're a child, I feel like they felt hurt unexpectedly at times, like they were just being their tender, innocent childlike self, and then it felt like a slap around the face, or the rug was pulled beneath their feet, the way they were hurt in some kinds of ways. So subconsciously they have those walls up because they don't want to be caught off guard again in terms of feeling hurt. Lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. So this person is awakening, but I feel like it's slowly but surely because there is a lot of resistance going on. So let's look into these messages. What's blocking them, and are they going to reach out? Hinting. So yeah, I feel like this person, they're not directly reaching out to you, but they may be trying to hint their feelings for you in some kind of way. They may be trying to communicate with you indirectly through social media, or they may be trying to make out that they're a friend or something, or they may be trying to hide their feelings and working out how you feel about them. They're very cautiously trying to show their feelings in whatever way that may resonate with you. Separation. So yeah, you're going through a separation at this time. and they are worried that they've lost you. I feel like this separation had to happen in order for them to realize that they could lose out on something absolutely amazing. Their soul is calling them to you. They have this magnetic pull because, like I said, your connection is pulling them into their awakening, into their liberation of their wounds, but they have to face those wounds. And when they ran because they were afraid of facing those wounds and facing their fears, that's what created a separation. And again, it could be mirrored. I'm focusing on their energies in this reading, but I don't mean it to sound like, it's all this person that needs healing, because I do feel that relationships are mirrors of ourselves as well. Reach out. This person is going to reach out to you. Wow. They're hinting. Okay, so what I'm sensing is this person was hinting to you their feelings, but they weren't taking a full-on leap of faith and being upfront. It led to a separation, and they know the separation happened because they didn't reach out. Now they're going to reach out because they can't get you out of their head. Taken for granted. So yeah, they took your connection for granted. Because they couldn't see it for what it truly was in the past. They were so used to burying their head in the sand in their life in general, that when you came along, they just couldn't see because their head was already buried in the sand. They weren't being honest with themselves. They weren't looking inwards. They were always like focusing on in the wrong direction. So one final message. Lessons in self-love. So yeah. This person needs to learn how to love themselves and know that they are worthy of love, and that, even though it seriously feels like personal when we experience abandonment from our own family, our own parents, this person needs to realize that they are lovable and it isn't personal, and how to have that self-love and that self-worth. So please check out my other videos. I have tons on here about how does this person feel about you, what's going to happen within your connection, what do they want to happen within your connection. So look at my playlists. I feel like those will really help you. And also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. And if you would like an additional reading every single week, which is exclusive to my email subscribers, then please sign up to those by clicking on the link below this video as well. So thank you so much, and I'll move on to the next set of cards. So welcome to set of cards number 2. You chose the blue cluster crystal. So what is blocking this person from reaching out to you at this time? And will they reach out? Will they communicate their truth? Will they get in contact? So we're going to look at the tarot cards. We also have, these are the Halloween tarot. We've got my cards here. I love you to the moon and back. And they have the channeled messages on. We have the Divine Masculine and Feminine Reunited cards and the Starseed Oracle. And then we're going to look into these cards as well. Okay, so what is blocking this person right now from coming forward? There's the Four of Cups in reverse. The Seven of Wands in reverse. The Three of Cups in reverse. The Eight of Cups. And the King of Swords in reverse. I was so scared you would reject the real me and leave me, so I put on a mask and felt I could never take it off again. A fantasy is unrealistic. A grounded reality cannot manifest out of such illusion. When you make me the source of your happiness, you're setting me up for failure. I could never muster up the courage to tell you how I felt. I loved you from afar every day. I regret my actions. I wish I could turn back time. Karma. Called. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. You've got the love. Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries. And I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but it says longing for home, homesick for the stars. Okay, so what's blocking this person from coming forward? So this person missed out on an opportunity, and I feel this was karmic, like there was a karmic lesson to learn. This person may have a karmic partner, because there is the Three of Cups in reverse as well. Just looking at the cards. Seven of Wands in reverse. So I feel like this person, what's blocking them from coming forward partially at this time is they feel like you've given up on the connection. You tried to hold on. You tried to hang in there. You tried to be strong. You were patient. You were compassionate, very understanding. And they just sat there and they still didn't take this offer that you were giving them. And so they missed out on an opportunity. They're regretting it now with that Four of Cups being in reverse. They're feeling bored. It's really interesting. Four of Cups, it normally shows one cup is being offered, and that's like the Ace of Cups. That's the love that you are offering this person. But it normally shows them focusing on three other cups in front of them, like that Three of Cups. So there was some kind of third-party energy that they were focusing on. It could have been another person. It could have been a lifestyle that they didn't want to give up. You know, if they didn't have much responsibility, basically, they didn't want to give that up. Or, you know, it could be wounds, it could be their comfort zone, anything that's blocking them from, you know, taking a leap of faith and being confident in this connection, in this love, in taking a chance. They didn't take a chance, basically. They still focused on a third-party situation, whatever that was. And it was their karma. They had karma to learn from, lessons to learn from. There could be karma within your connection as well. Like, whatever's happened has happened for a reason, in order for difficult lessons to be revealed. You know, it's triggered up a lot of pain on both sides, is what I'm feeling. But that has forced you both, like, to face those wounds or fears that I feel like both of you are trying to avoid, like abandonment or rejection or something like that, because we have codependency and boundaries. I feel like there was codependency in the past. And then you walked away. There's the Eight of Cups. Because this person was not being forthcoming with their feelings or the truth or something like that. So what's blocking them at this time is they feel like you've walked away. They feel like you've thrown in the towel. They feel like perhaps you're in a third-party situation now. You may be in another relationship, or you may have felt called to go in a different direction. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. So if there was codependency, you stepped out of that now, and that is something that really had to happen. Maybe, you know, something really drastic had to happen to make you finally surrender and stop putting your life on hold or something like that. and it was time for them to step up. This is called so they felt this soul calling, but they either used their free will to not choose this connection or you. They chose fear over love, fear over their soul calling. They chose to turn their back on what you were offering them, or they took it for granted. They felt like what you were offering them was always going to be there. So then they may also feel like it's hopeless if you've walked away, or they may feel like it's hopeless if they've struggled so much to take a leap of faith and have courage and face their inner wounds, basically. But there is karma. The Eight of Cups to me is also about temporarily walking away from this connection to walk towards the moon energy, which is the subconscious, walking towards going inwards, doing their healing work. But also the moon is about illusion. So I feel like you walked away because this person was either not being totally honest and was creating illusions, or you basically saw something clearly. You felt like this person wasn't taking your connection seriously. With this Three of Cups in reverse, this is like the third party energy in reverse. So this person, they were really being called to let go of anyone or anything that wasn't serving them. They were being asked to let go of lower vibrational energies, letting go of fear and rising up, coming into like a reunion with themselves and with you, because it shows the ghosts are like plaited together or bound together in a knot. So that could be your connection, but there's karmic ties as well. I really do feel that whatever's happened has happened to wake you both up, even though it may seem totally unfair. I feel what's blocking this person from coming forward right now is also that they are going inwards. They are seeing some mistakes they made. They're having regrets. They're trying to figure things out. But on the surface, with this King of Swords in reverse, they're trying to put on a poker face. They're being cold. They're not communicating. They're withdrawing. They may have ghosted you. But I feel it's because you walked away from them. And they're trying to just sort of reciprocate that kind of thing. Some stubbornness going on, perhaps. I was so scared that you would reject the real me and leave, so I put on a mask and felt I could never take it off again. So this person didn't feel good enough, so they may have tried to exaggerate certain aspects of themselves or wear masks. They try to like mold themselves to be what they thought you wanted them to be. Sorry, my stomach is like rumbling. I hope you can't hear that too much. So this person, they basically put on a show for you. They thought that you would want them to be a certain way, and so they tried to live up to their own illusions about what you wanted them to be, whereas you just wanted them to be open and honest and their true self. And that's why they're putting on that poker face right now as well, because they're afraid that if they come forward to you, then you may reject them and they'd feel foolish. But they also feel like they've already made a fool of themselves based on what's happened in the past. And so they're kind of like, they don't know how to show their face to you. A fantasy is unrealistic. A grounded reality cannot manifest out of such illusion. So yeah, I feel this codependency energy. There was some kind of fantasy aspects perhaps being projected into this connection. Maybe it was like living for the future, or some false promises were given or something, or it wasn't fully grounding in the here and now. And so there may have been this energy of getting too caught up in living this connection through fantasy, or living it through the mind, thinking about the future, but it wasn't fully grounded. It can also be like if one of you or both of you will wear some masks, then that's because deep down this person didn't feel good enough about who they truly are, and so they were trying to create a perception which wasn't real. And so they felt like they couldn't get close to you, and this may still be an aspect. They feel like they can't get close to you because that means that they would have to take off that mask. They would have to kind of fess up or confess any lies or anything they exaggerated or wasn't quite true. And that was creating a block because they felt like you'd be annoyed or disappointed if they revealed their true self, or the true reality of the circumstances or something like that. And so a grounded relationship could not manifest out of such illusion. The illusions, the fears were blocking anything from developing further in the 3D is what I'm feeling. Although I feel like emotions were developing and getting stronger and stronger for each other. But something had to happen, some kind of tower moment had to happen, I feel, where one of you had to walk away and there'd be this separation so that codependency could be overcome. It's boundaries as well. Healthy boundaries have been created, and that was really needed. When you make me the source of your happiness, you're setting me up for failure. So what's been blocking this person is they, whether this is true or not, they felt as though you had high expectations of them that they couldn't live up to, or they felt like subconsciously you were looking for them to love you in the ways that you haven't felt loved in your past or in your childhood or something like that. Like they may have felt like you were subconsciously wanting a commitment from them in order to feel validated or lovable, or or things like that. And they felt like they couldn't live up to that. They couldn't shoulder, they couldn't have you placing your happiness on their shoulders or vice versa. And also it's about the energetic alignment or misalignment. When we're not in a love vibration within ourselves, then we cannot align with love, because there's more healing to be done. So I feel like that's on both sides. I could never muster up the courage to tell you how I felt. I've loved you from afar every day. So this person really struggled to be open and honest about their feelings because a fear of abandonment, a fear of you walking away. So they had their guard up, and they regret their actions. They wish they could turn back time, because I do feel like their actions led to some kind of separation. But like I said, I do also feel like it had to happen to release any remnants of codependency on either side. So this person's now feeling called, soul gifts and training. So there's a lot of lessons, a lot of awakening to the soul, within both of you within this connection. It's time to step up. It's time for this person to be their true authentic self. Maybe with you as well. Maybe you didn't have healthy boundaries in the past. Maybe you were letting this person get away with things and treating you in ways which wasn't very self-loving for you to just accept that. So maybe you had to learn some healthy boundaries. It's time to step up. So things have shifted in a positive way, even though it may feel really negative. It's liberated you both from that codependency, which was a fear-based energy that blocks love. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. So this person's feeling called to step up. They're feeling that magnetic pull to you. You've got the love. They feel that deep, deep love for you. You're the one that they love. And they're longing for home, homesick for the stars. So they feel that they have a connection with you from beyond this lifetime. They feel that you're soulmates or twin flames, and that your true soul energies are always connected, and they're feeling that homesickness. They're wanting that union in the 3D with you as well, is what I'm feeling. So let's look into these messages here as well. What's blocking them, and will they reach out? Stuck in illusion. And that's so interesting because I put these messages above these cards here. And stuck in illusion is on top of, I was so scared you would reject the real me and leave me. So I put on a mask and felt I could never take it off again. So they felt stuck, or they may still feel a bit stuck with this mask or perception that they portrayed to you. And they feel like they're stuck in that illusion. They feel like you're going to be angry at them or really, really disappointed when they reveal their true self. Panic. So yeah, this person is panicking that you've left for good. They're panicking because they don't know what to do. You know, they panic because they feel that if they don't step up, then they're going to lose you. But they're also panicking that if they do step up and reveal the truth to you, then they might still lose you because they acted in some foolish ways. They acted in some fearful ways, and they weren't, you know, completely honest and upfront with you about themselves or about certain things in their life, or both. Either way, they're panicking about losing you. In the palm of your hand. So yeah, they're panicking also because it's really interesting. In the palm of your hand is over this card here. When you make me the source of your happiness, you're setting me up for failure. So I feel like this was also mirrored, like they were putting so much pressure on this connection, and on themselves and on you, because they'd kind of centered their happiness, they'd centered their life, they'd centered their worthiness around you and the connection, whether it worked out or not, whether you loved them or whether you rejected them, you know. And so they really felt like they were in the palm of your hand. You could crush them at any moment. And that made them feel panicked, you know, to feel that much, to feel that intensely, and for, you know, to have the potential to feel crushed at any moment. But again, that's that codependency, and that's why this separation had to occur. So the self-love can be achieved within both of you as individuals. Too good for me. So yeah, they felt like they had to wear a mask because they didn't feel good enough for you. They're afraid that you'd see the real them and be like, oh, I'm too good for him, or I'm too good for her. But you were seeing their soul. You were in love with their soul the whole time. So one final message. Obsessed. So yeah, this person's obsessing about you. This is what I mean about they're placing so much emphasis on your connection. It felt like a life or death situation. They felt so much panic. They felt like they didn't know how to move forward, but they, like I said, they feared losing you if they didn't step up, but then they also feared losing you if they did step up. And so they felt stuck in the middle. And I feel like that's what you've been experiencing from this person. They're kind of there for you. You feel that they always love you. You feel that they're obsessing about you. You feel them thinking about you all the time. You feel that connection very intensely. And so they're always there, but then they're afraid to come forward. So then it's like they're not there in the 3D. So this connection definitely isn't over. I do feel like things will work out the way they're intended to in the future for many of you. This is a general reading, so, that won't be for everyone, but for a lot of you, this connection is definitely not over. And so there will be communication in the future. There's unfinished business is not the end, is what I'm feeling. So please check out my other videos. I have tons on here about how does this person feel about you, what they want to happen within your connection, and what's going to happen in your connection, and all readings like that. So look at my playlists. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. If you would like an additional reading every single week, which is exclusive to my email subscribers, then please sign up to those as well by clicking on the link below this video. So thank you so much, and I'll move on to the next set of cards. So this is set of cards number 3. And you chose the red glass crystal. So what is blocking this person from reaching out to you, moving forward with you, making a move? And will they make a move? Will they communicate with you? So I'm using the Mermaid Tarot, and we've also got some oracle cards. We've got my cards, which are I love you to the moon and back, with the written messages on. And then we're going to look into these messages in here as well. So what's blocking this person from reaching out to you at this time? The King of Swords, the Moon, the Four of Wands, the Fool, the Ace of Cups. You deserve to be happy. I'm a mess and I don't want you to suffer because of me. It's not just down to my free will. It hurts. I love you so deeply, and yet things run much more smoothly with other people. You centered your whole world around me and our union. No one could ever live up to that pressure. Okay, I really wish we could be together. So, not all of these messages, normally when I read these messages, they're about what this person's thinking about you. But in this reading, I'm getting the sense that some of these messages are more closely related to them, but I'll get into that. Inner child. Interesting. It shows the inner children. They're trying to reach out. They're desperately wanting a union. They're wanting to come together, but there's some stubbornness, like in the 3D, between these two people. Big picture thinking. Sorry. Big picture thinking. Pleiades or Pleiades energy. Visionary. Inspired ideas. Empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. A new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. Okay, and then we'll look into these messages as well. Okay, so what's blocking this person from coming forward. I feel like this person overthinks. The King of Swords is like the logical king. I feel like this person's very defensive as well. I feel like they kind of expect the worst case scenarios. I feel like they've been very hurt in the past. They've been very wounded. So now it's like they've taken up that sword in their life, and they're not going to let anyone like walk all over them or anything like that. And I'm not saying that you're trying to walk all over them, but this is their fear. They have like intense fears, maybe to the point of paranoia, that you're going to stab them in the back or betray them or lie to them. So this person is coming across as very logical, very cold, maybe even argumentative, because that's kind of the vibe I'm getting in this inner child card as well, like arguments or conflicts or harsh words. This person may be, it could be the opposite. They could just literally be withholding their emotions. They could be putting on a poker face. They may not be expressing themselves to you at all, or it could be the other way around. For a few of you, this could be this person's very vocal. They're very, they have a fear about being vulnerable. So they've got that sword up. They're ready to pounce kind of thing. And by that I mean they're ready for conflict if ever it happens. So overthinking either way, whether they're holding back or whether they're like pushing you away through harsh words or their paranoia. They may be like jumping to worst case scenarios, and they're either blaming you for it vocally, or they're totally withholding and they're afraid that you're gonna stab them in the back or hurt them, and so they're putting on that poker face and trying to make out that they don't have feelings for you. But also, when I look at this card, I do feel that they want honesty. They do want to communicate honestly. They want to be their authentic self. They want you to be your authentic self. They want to cut out any of the crap that's been getting between you both. They want justice in the connection. They want balance. They want an equal balanced relationship. This person's afraid of investing emotionally in you more than what you would invest emotionally in them. So what's blocking them is their fears, basically, the moon. What they are wanting is the Four of Wands. They want a happy relationship. They want the marriage. You may be twin flames, because this is often seen as 11-11. And look, he's proposing to her. You have many differences. It's like you're very alike, but you also have a lot of differences. Because I'm seeing you're both like the sword. It's a double-edged sword. You're both the same, but there's two different edges to that. And she's the mermaid. He's the human kind of thing. Mermaid in the ocean. Water represents emotion. So you may be emotional, they may be logical, it may be kind of clashing, but what they want is that Four of Wands. They want stability, they want commitment, they want the connection, the union, the relationship. They want to take a leap of faith, and they are going to take a leap of faith in the connection, because the Ace of Cups, they want the new beginning in love. Their love for you is overflowing. Their heart is overflowing. You bring them peace. This person may have a very troubled mind. They may have an overactive mind. And it's like their own worst enemy perhaps. Creates so much fear. They fear being lied to, basically, because the moon can represent illusions. They're afraid that you're not being your true self with them. And, you know, whether this is actually happening or not, these are their fears. And it's based on their past. It's based on their pain from past relationships of all kinds that have really conditioned their mindset. But despite their fears, they are going to take a leap of faith on this connection. There's going to be a brand new beginning, a new start. There may have been arguments. You may be going through a separation. There may be some stubbornness. You know, you may trigger up arguments or defensiveness, whether it's directly or indirectly. But there's going to be a new beginning, a heart opening, a heart awakening, trusting in the heart. Because no matter what's going on in this person's mind, in their heart, they keep returning to this inner knowing that your soulmates is what I'm feeling. Or twin flames, like I said. They feel that you ground them in many ways. You deserve to be happy. I'm a mess and I don't want you to suffer because of me. So this person has a lot of inner turmoil going on. They may feel, you know, if they are this person that's either very, what's the word? This King of Swords, I'm feeling they can either be emotionally withdrawn, emotionally unavailable, or the opposite, they are argumentative, or I can't think of the word, volatile. That's still not the word, but either way, I feel as though they've experienced people criticizing them for that throughout their whole life. There may be someone that's blunt or something like that, like they just speak their truth. Or, like I said, the exact opposite. But it's like they know that about themselves, because a lot of people have told them that they're either blunt or they're just cold-hearted and withdrawn and disappointing. And so they're holding on to that like negative story about themselves, this negative view of themselves. And so in a way they don't feel good enough at times. They feel like they're a mess and they don't want you to suffer because of their issues. So that's what's holding them back sometimes. It's not just down to my free will. And so there's karma here. Healing to be achieved, lessons to be learned through each other, through this interaction or lack of interaction. It may appear like it's just down to this person to click their fingers and just decide to commit to you and make it happen. But when this card comes out, it's really saying that there's a karmic contract here. Things are happening beyond both of your control, and it is for karmic healing. It is for subconscious wounds, blocks, conditioning to come up to the surface, to create more harmony within yourselves as individuals, and therefore more harmony with each other, a new beginning. It hurts. I love you so deeply, and yet things run much more smoothly with other people. And so, you know, if you have a lot of karma going on within your connection, then there's going to be a lot of triggering going on. Like I said, a lot of arguments or a lot of coldness on the surface, but your inner children are always reaching out. It's like you have this soul contract to find harmony within yourselves and with each other. And in order for that to happen, it's triggering up all the things that are blocking that harmony, like the fears, the wounds, conditionings, like I said, within. And so, you know, there could have been someone, they chose someone else, or not necessarily. They may just feel upset because they think back to past relationships, and even though the love wasn't as intense with these other relationships, it ran more smoothly, and they may be getting frustrated because they just want things to run smoothly with you because they love you so deeply. You centered your whole world around me and our union. No one could ever live up to that pressure. And so that's about codependency, and it likely happened on both sides, is what I'm feeling at some point in the connection. And so it's about that energetic misalignment, when we're not in a place of self-love and we feel like we need it so much from someone outside of ourselves to make us feel good enough. Then that's a fear vibration. We haven't found that self-love. We haven't reconnected with our true self, and therefore we cannot align in a happy, harmonious relationship if we are still stuck in our own kind of illusion of unworthiness. And I feel this person's definitely going through that as well. I feel like they have centered their whole world around you and your connection, and they're putting too much pressure on themselves and on this connection. They may be having high expectations of you, to be the one to make them happy, whereas they need to make themselves happy. And there's a lot of pressure in this connection. But it is healing, there is harmony, there's new beginnings in love. I really wish we could be together. So, that is their ultimate goal. That is what they want. That's their deepest desire. And you will heal that, but it's like the healing of the inner children within, that needs to happen. And whenever triggering's coming up or fears are coming up, it's because of the wounds of the inner children, the inner child within you both. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. So yeah, you're both going to be looking at the bigger picture. This person's going to be looking past their fears, looking into their heart, looking into their intuition, where their soul is calling them. At the center of your reading is the Four of Wands. So deep down they feel that there is this stability within your connection in the big picture. And they may have been getting wrapped up in the small things, and kind of tripping themselves up by overthinking those things. But now they're going to be walking through that new gateway, the new beginning of the intuition, seeing things clearly, seeing the connection clearly through their heart. Empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So yeah, I feel like this person, they're struggling emotionally and mentally because they are an empath. They've absorbed a lot of other people's energies. I feel like they've experienced a lot of toxic people in their life, and so it's a struggle for them to have trust. Like, they have trust issues, and it's like they have to battle like those trust issues that are within themselves. But they're looking in the mirror now, they're seeing the truth, they're awakening. They're realizing their thought patterns are their own worst enemy, kind of thing. So a new earth is happening. Keep holding the vision. So a new beginning is happening, but also this could be really saying that this person, for some of you, they have a lot of interest in the planet, in the environment, in this awakening of the planet. That could be a very direct message for some of you. So let's look into these messages in here. What's blocking this person? Are they going to reach out? I'm sorry. So they feel like they've messed up in certain ways, or they feel as though their fears have got the better of them at times, and they're sorry about that. Some of them may be coming forward and communicating with that King of Swords energy about their how sorry they are. They may be facing their fears and communicating some kind of explanation to you, trying to create harmony again, a new beginning, a fresh start. Karmic contract. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Whatever's been happening has happened for a reason. I feel like this person has a lot of like very challenging karmic contracts with people in their current life or in their past, like we all do. But I feel like this person has very like intense karmic contracts, so it's difficult for them to kind of be soft and feeling secure and vulnerable. They've definitely had to, you know, take up that sword and have a defensive stance. Feel safer in situationship. Okay, so this situationship, this could be that you're not fully together, you're not fully committed, but there's some connection going on, there's some communication, you're kind of dedicated to each other in certain ways. Your souls are definitely dedicated to each other, whether, you know, it's for the long haul or whether it's for learning these lessons, you know. Only you can really know that within your own like intuition, within your own soul, but they felt safer in the current status quo. There may have been conflicts happening subconsciously to avoid like deeper intimacy because of those fears of rejection or betrayal. And so, but this is the cycle that you're breaking out of, and this person's breaking out of, because you both really want to make it work. Yeah, intimidated. This connection's intimidating because it's calling this person beyond their fears, beyond their old patterns in life, which may have been destructive or self-destructive. Intimidated by true love, like, because they have to let down that sword. They have to open their heart, but they are, you know, here's the sword, here's the defensiveness, but then we end up with the Ace of Cups, the open heart. So one final message. Taking action. So this is really positive. I really wish we could be together. Taking action. You know, they're taking action on that. And it's beneath the Ace of Cups as well, and a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. They're going to take action. They will reach out to you when the time is right, you know. You will come back together. So please check out my other readings. I have loads on here about how does this person feel about you, what's going to happen in your connection, what are their deepest desires for your connection. So please look at my playlists and watch some of those. And also, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. And if you would like an additional reading every single week, which is exclusive to my email subscribers, then please sign up to those by clicking on the link below this video. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye.